Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the NSDCA Mountain Dew Custom Series, season number 7. And what do you know? It's race number 7, finally, of 14. The halfway point of the season here, and we are out west. Montana City, Montana welcomes the Mountain Dew Custom Series drivers, 35 of them, that is, to their Old Spice Speedway road course. Up here in the hills of the Glaciers and the Rockies. Let's take a look at these 35 drivers kicking things off today. We have Rose Henson. She starting on pole here for Kamikaze Motorsports. Her final time around Old Spice, possibly here in a stock car. An NSDCA race winner on a road course. Could we see number 2 coming today? Christian Vargas joined the Sauber Racing team as a driver who was not known for road course prowess. Last season he missed a road course, but the international appeal of the team and their incredible road racing knowledge has really turned the corner for Vargas as this is a second top 10 start of the season at the second road course. Two veterans line row number 2. That is Ethan Head and Bobo Jones. Now, starting 6th, Riley Spurleytube here in the 28. Just unforeseen circumstance with this number 28 team. You know, they run all right the first 4 races. Then all of a sudden, Jay Jefferson wins a race, and then Larry Hagan wins a race. Now Spurleytube trying to go 3 for 3 for Coors Light Racing, 3 in a row. And I mean, people thought Evernham's 91 was going to be the all-star car this season. It sure seems like it's this Body Armor 28 instead. Dylan Young, a good qualifying run, starting there in position number 5. Then we take a look here to our points leader, Adam Mitchell. He leads the point standings by 7 after Patrick Smith fell into misfortune at Middle Georgia last time out. Top 5 in the point standings now sit like with Adam Mitchell on the top with 186 points. Patrick Smith is 7 off that mark. Teammate to Smith, Jeffrey Finguy, who you see there starting in 10th, is 3rd in the point standings, 39 points back. That is almost a race back. 4th is Cordell Smith, 49 points back, and Danny Lloyd has slipped to 51 points back in 5th. Not waste any more time as this is a road course, so we do have a bit of a pace lap here at Old Spice. You see they are currently on the suspension bridge. As we will go down now trackside. Your command, it kicks things off in the Old Spice Fiji 200.
Drivers, start your engines!
As our field of 35 comes to life here, this is a very interesting racetrack, a unique road course here. You see, obviously, this run down into turn 1 goes over a bridge. There's a big gorge going through part of the track, so constructed that bridge, and we're not too worried about safety concerns because it is a straightaway, and these stock cars aren't getting up to high speeds here around this tight road course. Turns 1 and 2, this little left-right flick. You're going to probably see some guys running wide here through turn 2, but turn 3, one of the best passing opportunities on the track is this hairpin coming up because ton of grooves here. You see they can really get down on the inside and also carry speed around the top. I mean, to the back side of the course, you got a little 4-5 little S bend here, a little right left. So you got to watch the pit wall. Kyle Corbett knows about that pit wall. You see coming out of turn 5 here because he ran smack dab into it last season. Turn 6, this big bank turn spits you down into the next passing opportunity. The final corner on the track, turn 7. And you notice this pace lap isn't too long because this is only a 1.5-mile road course. This track is short and sweet. We got 20 laps for you coming up. Rose Henson, Christian Vargas, your top 2. 2 dodges and 2 non-dodges. It's dodge, non-dodge, dodge, non-dodge. The first four rows. And here we go. They bunch up a little bit on the start, but we will be just green flag racing. There it is. We are underway at Old Spice. Not the launch of 17. Wanted more grip on the high side. That's going to allow Christian Vargas to take the lead in the number 08, but I don't think Rose is going to let him pull away too quickly. Bobo Jones slots into 3rd as Dylan Young now tries to push underneath Ethan Head. Young sending it down into turn 3. What a move by the 66. Clears Bobo Jones, is now side by side with his teammate here at Kamikaze Motorsports. Gonna back off, give Henson that position for the time being as Vargas looks to check out front. Gonna cycle through the back, making sure everyone is clean and green to start this opening lap. You see there's the 43, Benedict Murdo the third there, and the Oreo machine for Mac Johnson Motorsports. This car showed up with a different sponsor on it, but they quickly peeled the logos off and put on Oreo, so I think hopefully that will make the rest of the season there. Now, up at the front, Rose feeling the pressure from the 66 of Dylan Young. Young really got tripped up there, and the turn one's going to lose some time. Excuse me, that is not Alex Benyak on the 29. That is William Duncan putting together a good showing. ITEC's been very hit or miss this season. The 29 car's had some good runs. The 21 of Scott Roush, not so much. So Roush needs a big boost here today, but Duncan putting it together for the 29 team once again. 2, 3, 4, 5, really under a blanket here as Vargas checks out at the front side. Austin Delgado, he won this race here last year for Orange Auto. Finds himself in the top 10 once again, and he's at P7 currently in that Guitar Center Dodge Charger. Trying to run down Adam Mitchell there. Both auto owners' cars in the top 10 once again, and it is Joseph Strigley in the 91 Evernham, the Mopar All-Stars. Although Strigley, he runs a Chevrolet team, driver owner there in the 63 in the Cup Series, but I guess Dodge wanted to throw him a bone, see what he could do with some good equipment. But finds himself second of the Evernham cars because Patrick Smith is down the order. Patrick Smith, not where he wants to be, especially if he's trying to run down Adam Mitchell in the point standings. That's what Mitchell wants to see, because he might, at this point, Adam Mitchell might have a race over everybody as Smith gets doored by Richard Herman coming through 5 and 6. Boy, this 39 team just not set up that they want on that car at all. This team going nowhere here other than backwards as this one gets underway. Gunnar Madsen finds himself at the back. Vargas still leads comfortably, but only about a half a second. 1766 trying to reel him in. Ethan Head still fourth. Bobo Jones in fifth. Coming through. I mean, the banking on some of these corners really throw these cars off. You want to be set up for high speed. You want to be set up, especially for acceleration off the corners. It's the bounce. Do you want to be able to drive it in like Dylan Young does? Do you want to drive it out of the corner like the 17? Oh, actually, maybe the 66 is sticking better than the 17 because Rose does not seem to have a lot of speed on corner exits, and now it's side by side for second. Team cars battling. Over the years, the 66, with Casey Mears behind the wheel, got very close to victories, but it was the 17 that made it to victory lane first for Kamikaze Motorsports. Do we see the 66 finally break through today? Do we see Sauber finally break through in the MDCS? Could we see Shepard possibly get back into victory lane for the first time since Season 3 here in the MDCS at least? Oh, Vargas is pitting. Your race leader is down pit road. He's got a blown tire. I think that's the left front. Vargas had to have run something over in a 08, and he's making the trip underneath the boulders down pit road. That is heartbreaking. So with Vargas down, it's a Kamikaze Motorsports 1-2 here at Old Spice. Unbelievable. We were talking about Christian Vargas finally getting it together on a road course, finally making up some momentum this season. He finds himself 26 in the point standings, not exactly where he wants to be, and unfortunately, if he's the only one down pit road with misfortune so far this race, it's not going to help him in the point standings any. Riley Spurley, too, putting some muscle there on points leader Adam Mitchell. This 28 team, they've had some good runs, and that's allowed them to be top 5 currently in the owners' point standings. And now, looking to gain some more points now on the 83. Oh, Joseph Strigley drives it in, saw the door left open by Adam Mitchell, said, thank you, I'll fill that. It's Evernham teammate Jeffrey Finguy looking to follow. Oh, you see Luke Evans and James Ellison close there in the midfield. Mac Johnson, another strong driver on a road course, although road courses have not been what Mac has really shown on this season. He was running well. He was running top 5, top 10 at Road America until he got into an accident with the 17. And I know Mac wasn't too happy after qualifying because his teammate Bobo Jones was way ahead of him on the timing charts. And Mac wanted to be in the top 10, although he wasn't. Finds himself 10th now as he's gotten by that 83. So, little by little, if this race keeps going, Mac Johnson might find himself higher up the order. Here we go. Bobo Jones versus Ethan Head. This is the battle for third. Two drivers who've had bad luck consistently throughout their careers. I mean, Ethan Head started his career off crashing into Riley Spurley Tube in Indianapolis testing, missed some races, tried to get his team off the ground. The team failed. Tried to get the team back off the ground with Mercedes. It went even worse. Got his big break with Shade Burkhart Racing and really didn't do anything at all with it. Found himself here at Shepherd, giving him a leg up, and now Ethan putting together some good runs. He's 11th in the point standing, so this Shepherd team's run really well this season, and it could be another top 5 in, or actually the first top 5 in the season would be their third top 10 at Shepherd. But for Bobo Jones, this is the season he needed. We talked about it at Old Spice last year when he was leading this race, saying that because this is the turnaround that Bobo Jones finally needed. He promptly responded to that comment by blowing the motor and completely killing his season. But now he finds himself 9th in the point standings, just 7 points behind his teammate Mac Johnson, and a top 5 run here today would really help out. He's got 2 top 5s on the season. And Alex Benyako, oh, I called him Benyako again. William Duncan, it's been a while since Duncan's been in this car. He's only made 1 start so far at Road America. That might be why. And the races Benyako has run, the 29's run pretty well. But Duncan, driver on pole for the Sundrop Cup Series race in just a few days' time here from the same track at Old Spice, has gotten past Ethan Head for 4th. And now Delgado, last year's winner, possibly setting to move up on the 89. Spurley 2 moved up the hill there by the 91 of Srigley. Oh, it's close back there between Adam Mitchell and Evan Hunter. Evan, the 44, trying to put together some good runs, chip his way up the point standings after a slow start. Really a slow start for both Onch Auto cars this season. But Mitchell going backwards. John Dilks has gone backwards since the start as well there in the number 68. He got started in the top 10, but is well out of it by now. See Sam Picard running wide. That is the 2 Mac Johnson Motorsports cars fighting each other, 07 and 43. The 74 team, Aiden Smith running here for, I believe it is either Edson Racing or American Airlines Racing. I know that is American Airlines on the car, and Jacob Edson is the team owner. But although they've only ran the first 3 races, they have managed to keep it in the top 28 of owners' points. So they've had some really good performances out of the drivers that have been in the 74 so far. Aiden, however, running 21st. I'm not sure if that'll be exactly enough, but always good to see new teams coming out here. And then you see some separation back here. Some of the drivers who aren't too good on road courses. Kyle Corbett. But you'd think this driver would be good on the road course. Preston Evans, the inaugural debutante winner here at Old Spice. Now, it's not exactly a CFRO ride that Evans is in anymore. This is the 81 for Luke Evans Incorporated. But very good run for the 81 team. They had a good run last week with Glenn Mixon at Middle Georgia. Got themselves a top 15. I mean, it was a slow start to the year with Evans behind the wheel, but now that they have joined the many rotations here in the MDCS, they've put together some decent runs. Cycling back through the field, Gatlin Down Incorporated not having a good day. Charles Sanford, Richard Herman, both back here. Cordell Smith, it has been not the season I think Cordell has won. Oh! I take that back. It has been the season Cordell's won. He is 4th in points. I can't forget that. I think I mixed him up with Dilks there, who's 22nd in the point standings. But Cordell's had a really good year, a quiet year. For that, he's been consistent, but looks like some inconsistency coming out today because he is at the back as well. Also inconsistent so far this season. Makes sense, though, because he's a rookie, not compared to a third-year veteran in Cordell. This is Brandon Beal in the 37 for Sladek Motorsports Group. Not doing too hot. I mean, he's got 1 top 10 on the season. That was his win at Daytona, but he finds himself 6th in the point standings. Probably won't be there after today, especially where Mac Johnson, Bobo Jones, Rose Henson, Ethan Head, they're all running at the front. They're all top 10 right now. Beal back here, not where he wants to be. And definitely not where Patrick Smith wants to be in the 39 as well. The only good thing is that Finn Guy is ahead of Adam Mitchell right now, if there's a good thing, at least for the overall fight. And Mitchell has fallen back compared to where he was running, like, I think 5th the highest. Running at the line. Back up to the front. Well, you'd want him to be up at the front, but unfortunately he is not there. Had to pit due to a blown tire. Christian Vargas, heartbreaking, and he might come home with the last car award today instead of going to victory lane. Dylan Young leads it. He's opened up his lead to a 2nd over Rose Henson. Bobo Jones holds down 3rd, looking to close in on the Kamikaze Motorsports duo. William Duncan 4th. Ethan had 5th, and we got a battle here for 6th between Delgado and Strigley. Oh, Strigley really on the curb there through turn 2. You don't see that out of a lot of drivers, and lost some speed there through turn 2, I'd say, getting up on the curb, and it's going to allow Delgado to get the spot. Fighting back, Strigley really using these alternate lines, trying to get through there, through turn 5. Just not a lot of grip there. A lot of marbles as this race wears on, so you're not going to see a lot of driving offline, I don't think. Especially out of a bunch of these guys. Spurley drives it in, trying to get underneath that 91 by corner exit. Oh, boy, Strigley might have gotten the power too earlier. Missed a shift a little bit there. Might have ill-timed it because the 28 allowed him to pull alongside. Oh, you see it on the timing charts. Rose Henson might have slipped up there. Bobo Jones slide the 77 into P2. Burley's going to take 7th. That's going to drop Strigley back. Matt Johnson on the charge. Let's go on board the Walmart Pontiac. Oh, look at that defense by Spurley Tube into the corner. Might have been a little bit of a bumper there from the 91. It was really nice to see the onboard of Mac Johnson. You got a sense of how hard they are lifting through turn 5. I mean, you want to take that corner flat out, but if you go flat out, you're going to have a nasty impact with the pit wall. So, a lot of drivers driving on edge, trying to maximize that on throttle time here around this road course. At the front, the gap has closed a little bit. It's not as comfortable as Dylan Young, I think, wants it to be because Bobo Jones is coming. Rose Henson might have burned her stuff up trying to catch her teammate, and it might be between the 66 and the 77 now. No man's land is where William Duncan finds himself. Ethan Head at Austin Delgado running comfortable, and then you saw the battle between the 91, 28, and 27. I do want to give a nod to 11th place Nathan Stapleton and now 13th place Matt this Wells. Picking Asphalt Racing, this 95 team only attempts a few races a season, so very good to see them running in the top half of the field. And then this 30 car of Cyclone is full time, but they have missed a handful of races over the past few seasons. That's not Matt Swells behind the wheel, that's Matty Porta. Excuse me. You know, when you got half the field being cars without full-time drivers, it's not exactly the easiest to keep track of, but good runs for the 95 and 30 teams. Up at the front, here comes Bobo Jones, wanting redemption from last year. What a run there through turns 5 and 6, coming into turn 7. Do we see the move? Coming to 2 to go. Bobo Jones at the inside for the race lead. Oh, they both get on the power at the same time. It's going to be a drag race over the bridge. 2 to go, 3 miles left in the Old Spice Fiji 200. Bobo down the inside. Dylan Young tried to pinch off. Carries a lot of speed through. Going to be on the inside there through turn 2. Not sure if that's going to work because Bobo's going to benefit from being on the bottom here through turn 3. At least I think he will. Really arc the corner's going to pinch Young out. They're still side by side. Young fighting back. It's not over yet, folks. Catching him one thing's passing him another. You hear it all the time in racing, and you're seeing it now. Dylan Young back clear for the race lead. Although Bobo did lead at the line, it's Dylan's now. Do we see a lunge back from the 77? Coming to the white flag. Yes, we do. The Monster Energy Pontiac to the inside. Oh, a much better turn 7 than last time by. And Bobo clears, taking the white flag. It could be a first-time winner between either of these two, but don't count Rose Henson out. We could see a miracle run from the 17 here late. On the brakes through turns 1 and 2. Can't make a mistake now. Oh, Young's aggressive. He really drove it there into turn 2. I'm not sure if that's going to cost him or not. Not exactly there the challenge through turn 3. He's going to have to set up a move for the final corner. I don't think that's the exit Dylan Young wanted. I don't think that's the exit. Henson's out of it. The gap's closed back to Duncan and Head. Doesn't really matter, though. Can Bobo Jones hang on? Is there anything left in the tank for Dylan Young? Dylan led this race for so long, but he didn't save his stuff because it's going to be Bobo Jones finally turning his luck around. They said the NSDCA would never see a 77 back in victory lane. He proved them wrong. Bobo Jones does it at Old Spice. They've called him a bust. They've called him every negative thing in the book imaginable. He's finally done it. Pontiac back in victory lane here in the Mountain Dew Custom Series. And North Border Motorsports, this is their first win, at least in the NSDCA. I know they have made it into winning ranks in the Truck Series this season with Vince Freeze. But for Bobo Jones, the team boss finally gets to hoist a trophy here in Montana. And unfortunately for Kamikaze Motorsports, the story once again, the 66 car coming up short. Rose Henson, very good day in 3rd. That'll help her out in the point standing. She was 10th coming in today. William Duncan, I have to get his name right one of these times. Coming home 4th. Very good run for Ditech. Ethan Head in 5th. Austin Delgado 6th. Joseph Strigley. Riley Spurley 2. Mac Johnson. And Nathan Stapleton gets it into the top 10 for KAR. Look at that for the 95. Finn Guy fell down to 12th. Matty Porta comes home 11th. Adam Mitchell 14th. He's not exactly pressured to lose the points lead because all the way down in 27th is Patrick Smith. So it's a bit of a mid-season snide for the 39. And Evernham in general. Let's see if they can turn it around next week. Well, not exactly next week. The next race, I think, is in 2 weeks' time. Lady in Black. The track too tough to tame. Darlington, South Carolina. Until then, we will see you around on the NSDCA. We've got Crown Royal Truck Series action. We've got Sundrop Cup Series action. Don't go too far. And thanks for watching.